Let's build this easy tree farm for Minecraft 1.19. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and set down a dispenser, and whatever way this dispenser is facing is the direction that the entire farm will be facing, so just keep that in mind when you are building this. Then we're going to go ahead and place down 5 pistons with all the piston faces going in the same direction, just like this. Then we're going to go ahead and place down a solid block behind the dispenser, place down a lever on that block like so, and then we're going to place down 2 observers facing into one another, just like that. That should create a clock, and then anything that you put inside of this dispenser will just get shot out immediately, unless of course you turn the lever on, which will be controlling the on-off switch for the farm. Now what we want to do is place down a hopper on top of the dispenser running directly into it, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a barrel on top of that hopper. That way we can put bone meal in here to stock up the dispenser. We're going to place an observer on top of the barrel like so, and this observer is going to be facing in the same direction as the dispenser down here. And what we want to do now is just place down 6 solid blocks behind the observer, just like so. Now for some redstone, we're going to go ahead and place down a redstone repeater right here and another one right here. We're going to set this one that is pointing into the repeater to 4 ticks, and we're going to set this one to 2 ticks. Then we're going to run the redstone dust, connecting the whole system up. The reason we're doing this is so that when there is an update in front of this observer, it only registers it once, because this piston face is going to shoot across it, and without this, it's going to create an infinite loop. We're going to come around back now, and we're going to place down a piece of glass next to this repeater. We're going to place down a block on this piston right here in line with the observer. We're going to place down a block next to that hopper and one right here as well. Grab your redstone dust, and we're just going to place redstone dust on all of the blocks we've just placed, and just go ahead and test it out. So if we place down a block right here, all of the pistons should fire just like that. So it is a full piston wall that's going to be pushing all of the trees across. That didn't register because the signal didn't go through yet, but there we go. We've got the main portion of the log pushers done. Go ahead now and go over to this dispenser, and we're just going to build a nice wall up top, just like so. So it's 4 blocks up, and this is just to separate some redstone. Then we're going to go ahead and place down 11 pistons in a line, so that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And these pistons are all going to be facing the same direction, and we want to make this 4 blocks tall. This is going to create a giant wall of pistons, which is going to push all of the logs into a nice and neat 12 by 11 square for you to harvest. We're then going to come back here and place down another observer, go ahead and just clear some debris, and we're going to make the exact same system we made over there. So 2 repeaters, this one's set to 4 ticks, and this one's set to 2 ticks. And then just go ahead and connect it up with redstone dust again. Now we need to connect up this giant piston wall to this observer, and to do that, just place down blocks going across the bottom set of pistons right here, and then do it on the 3rd layer again. Then we're going to go ahead and place down a block right here, and a glass block right here, and we're going to connect all of this up with redstone dust, just like so. Connect it up, and connect it up. And then again, we can do a massive test by just placing down 1 block in front of this observer, and as you can see, the entire wall fires at the same time, and it is quite magnificent to look at. It's even better when it's pushing wood for you to harvest. The next thing we're going to build is some leaf crushers, and what these are going to do is it's going to crush some leaves, and it's going to drop saplings on top of the player. So to build these, we're going to go ahead and place down 2 blocks right here. You can go ahead and break that block, and then we're going to build up by 1, and then over and across by 2. Break this block right here. So this is the shape you should be left with. I'll just do a quick little tour here. And then we're going to go ahead and place down redstone dust all the way across. We're then going to go ahead and place down some pistons right here, and pistons right here. We're then going to go ahead and place redstone dust on top of the top set of pistons. And now what happens when these pistons fire the leaf crushers are going to go off as well. So again, we can just place down a test block right here. And as you can see, those pistons do in fact fire. So I'll give you another quick little tour. You can pause the video if you get lost. And finally, with all of that out of the way, there are only 2 more steps. And the first step is to go ahead and break these 3 blocks. That way it's nice and easy for you to get in and out of the farm. Then we're going to go to this barrel here and we're going to throw in a ton of bone meal. And none of this bone meal is actually being wasted. If we can open up the dispenser, you can see that none of it's being used. The bone meal will only be used if there is something in front of it. If not, it's just going to make the particle effect. So we can actually just turn that off. And then again, we're just filling up this barrel. Nice and simple. This is just going to keep us stocked up for a while we bone meal our saplings. Then the final step, and this is a very important step, make sure that you build up by 2 and out by 1, and then break these 2 blocks. This block right here is going to make it so that you never get jackpot trees or the really big and annoying trees, you know, the ones that I'm talking about. We only want the tiny little trees that can be pushed by these pistons. Of course, those are great out in the wild, but in terms of a farm, those are not ideal. So make sure that block is there, and we're going to go ahead and turn on the farm again, just like that. Then we can go ahead and set down our sapling right here, and as you can see, it very quickly grew. We went ahead and got an apple. Unfortunately, we didn't get any saplings, but that won't always happen. Again, we wait, the tree will eventually grow, and some of these can take a little longer than others, but when it does finally grow, it'll get pushed across. And there we go, it got pushed across. We've got a stick, we'll place down another one, and there we go, and so on and so forth. So this thing is super easy to use. It is generally pretty speedy except for some of the oddballs, but as you can see, this thing is super awesome. It's super easy to use, and this thing is going to give you plenty of harvestable wood. This will unfortunately only work with oak trees, but I do think that it is pretty solid. Except for some of these. Sometimes they do take a really long time, but then other times they're super quick, so I don't know. But I think that this is an amazing farm. Hopefully you have something that will give you plenty of bone meal, like a skeleton spawner or a bone meal farm. But yeah, this is a good wood farm. If you want to harvest spruce wood, I'll leave a link in the description for an easy spruce farm tree. An easy spruce tree farm. There we go. But yeah. Alright, it is that simple. That is the entire farm done and built. It's now ready for you to build and enjoy and use. I just want to quickly talk about what's going on and give my viewers a little insight to some changes in my life. So as of right now, I have officially started my senior year of high school, grade 12, year 12, whatever you want to call it. The last couple months, I've obviously been enjoying summer and pumping out content for you guys, and I'm making it my best intention to keep that up, but you're only in your last year of high school once, so I'm going to make the most of it, and I'm letting you guys know now, so that way if I miss an upload in the future, you guys know I'm out enjoying life, and you don't have to worry that I'm dead. Alright, with that said, that is the entire video done. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please do consider subscribing and leaving a like. It really does mean the world to me. My name is OneUpMC, and I will catch you guys in the next one.